We can obviously, it's not that we just want to look at all the ages all the time, always. So we can use summary statistics. That's what we generally do with data, especially again if we have a large data set. It's not like we're going to look at the whole thing. We will often look at summary statistics. So that's what we're doing here. We're calculating the mean. We said how old are most of the people in the data. So let's just get a general idea. How old are the people? So we're going to use a function that is available in R called mean. And that's obvious. It's going to calculate the mean of whatever we ask it to calculate inside this bracket. So in this case, again, we're telling it we want to use this object, demo data, only one of its columns, the age column. And if we run this, it's going to give us an answer. And that answer is actually the mean of the age column, 31.36. So there's a few functions like that you might use over and over again when you look at data. You might be wondering, what is the oldest person here? So another obvious function, max for maximum, it's 45, min for minimum. Okay, so that was age, and age is a continuous variable. That's what we call it. If you don't remember, you must have learned it somewhere. If you don't remember the different data types, I strongly advise you to go and refresh your memory. Just check again. There are different data types, like continuous if it's numbers, categorical if it's names like here, or jobs like here. It's very important to always have in the back of your mind what is the kind of data that you're working with. So age was obviously a continuous variable, and that's why we could calculate a mean and a maximum and a minimum. But if we now use something like the job column, and that's this column, so if I scroll up, you'll be reminded the name is job and it's got words in it. So obviously we can't calculate a mean on that. So with categorical variables like that, we need to do something else, and something handy that we can do. If we had a question like how many different occupations are there in the job variable, we can use a function that's called table, and again we're telling R use this object $, because we want to use only one of the columns, this time the job column, and if you run it you can see what R did. Now this kind of table is probably, you're not used to seeing a table like this. You might think it's very confusing, because if this table was in Excel, then obviously the columns it would run off the screen, and you would have to scroll, to sideways to see everything. It wouldn't print it underneath each other like this. But in R, this specific function table, it does produce it like this. So you'll get used to it when a function produces output like this. You'll get used to it and you'll start to understand what's going on. So it's quite obvious. It's saying the word actress occurs once in the data, so this one belongs to this actress. There's one actress in the data. Diplomat, there are 6. Divers, 1. Doctors, 9. Engineers, 4, and so on. So you'll get used to that kind of output.